Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. Hopefully this is just a quick one because it's just something that I've seen around today on my day off, and I also just want to talk a little bit more about this election. So what's happening right now is that polls are open across this country and people are voting in the 44th Canadian general election. Unfortunately, this election didn't need to happen in a pandemic, as I've mentioned before in a few videos at this point. And this is not going to be a repeat of the video that I posted like a week or two ago now at this point, where I basically said, here's what happens after this election. No matter what, we all lose. And I stand by that. And it's not, a prediction. It's very much a prophecy, because that stuff is definitely going to happen in some way, shape, or form. But today, on this unfortunate election day, I have seen and heard very mixed results from a lot of people, and that concerns me. I have heard lots of people say it was super easy, in and out just a few minutes, and that's what happened for me for advanced polls. For a lot of people, I saw in certain areas lineups going around the block. That's not so good. Another thing that I'm seeing and hearing from lots of people, and this is going to be a concern, the PPC is trending on Twitter. Now, that doesn't always reflect votes, and we see the same with the whole I stand with Trudeau bots just going crazy on social media. And I don't really want to talk about that. I'm going to save some of that more for my video about how I caused a PPC conspiracy in 2019. But what that means is that right now there's a lot of people, and they've been sharing this altered version of a 338 Canada graph that shows them polling much higher than they actually are by any polling measure. In fact, the person behind 338 Canada actually asked people sharing that image to stop because it's not real. It's not from, their actual resource base that the visual style is clearly in. And so unfortunately, the PPC supporters continue to use and share this image that is incorrect, but they feel it's correct. And then it's backed up by their own anecdotal evidence with their own insular groups and postings and just, oh yeah, see, it's a purple wave. Now, while their support is climbing, does that translate into seats? Well, I guess we're going to find out. The thing is, we're not going to find out tonight. Elections Canada already said a while ago that because of all the mail-in ballots, we should very much be prepared not to know the results on election night, which is what we typically are used to. And that's concerning for a few reasons, because that means that whatever the early results are, if they are, for example, pro-conservative, like it's showing a really good conservative lead, and then it suddenly goes to liberal minority or a majority territory, that's when we're no doubt going to see, oh, it was rigged. And even the Conservative Party of Canada said several months ago that part of their strategy was, oh, in the next election, we can totally just drum this up that Justin Trudeau might try and rig it. Have they successfully done that with such a snap election? Well, who knows? We again have to, unfortunately, wait for the aftermath. There is going to be so much aftermath from this, and all of it could have been avoided because this election didn't even need to happen. It is so unfortunate and irresponsible of Trudeau to call the election to try and grab more power so that he can do shady stuff and pass terrible legislation that will negatively impact Canadians. And it's also very unfortunate that the people in the People's Party of Canada are going to probably be very disappointed with the actual showings, and they're going to reject reality and substitute it with their own, which is we're being suppressed and we're being attacked, and this is all clearly part of a big scam. We totally should have gotten more seats and support. Democracy is dead in this country. That means there's only one solution left. That's probably going to happen. And the Conservatives, once again, are going to result in a not so great showing because Canadians still don't fully trust them, even though they're campaigning to the center, which usually wins elections in this country. And the Liberals are probably, at least we hope, assuming they don't get a majority, they are going to be stuck with the realization of, okay, so we wanted a majority, we didn't get it. So what happens? Who takes the fall for this? Is this Trudeau, or do they use their friends in the media and like the CBC and whatnot to actually just, oh, hey, look, no, see, this is actually why it's fine, or we're going to analyze the aftermath, and a new narrative is going to emerge about why this was all actually necessary or good, and it's totally fine. And though he didn't win a majority, people still believe in Justin Trudeau. Like, these are the narratives that are going to emerge. And that's a problem because none of this needed to happen in the first place. We didn't need an election during a pandemic that is going to result in delayed results that will then spur even more members of the Canadian population to turn to conspiracy theories and reject democracy and put Canada ever closer towards the dark path that America has currently tread upon. This is all so unnecessary and irresponsible, and it was entirely avoidable, and yet it happened because Justin Trudeau wanted power, and that is what's bothering me today.